Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we are back to another recording slash live stream of Hearthstone. So scheduling these things does not work for me, obviously. I scheduled this for 2 p.m., 2:30 p.m. my time. It's now 5 p.m. before I even got around to starting the stream, so that's not gonna work. Today's May the 11th. We have 3 quests. Let's see, Rogue and Warrior, and then Death Rattle and minions that cost 5 or more. And I think I got a couple of decks that will work well with any of those, but we have a Tavern Brawl to do also. This is a weird Tavern Brawl. I'd already heard about it, where this is the 100th Tavern Brawl. Each class is associated with a previous brawl and loads you up with a deck based on those brawl rules, which I guess means then if I take the rogue character here and click this, I will have a deck based on one of the previous Tavern Brawl rules, fighting against another player's deck based on potentially a different Tavern Brawl rules, which seems like it's going to be complete insanity and totally unfair and unbalanced. But whatever. So it'll be interesting to see if anybody comes on live today at all, since twice today it said I was live. That was a major surprise to me, is that by scheduling something live and doing nothing else, it just told and announced that I was live even though I wasn't streaming. Your opponent is playing the Brawl Cloud Ball, which debuted on the 52nd Brawl on June 8th. You're gonna have to tell me more information than that. Like I don't have a freaking clue what Cloud Ball is, if that's even what that said. So, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if this actually hurt me terribly. You're playing the Brawl Valeria's Bag of Burgled Spells, which debuted the 76th. So they're really just trying to show off all of the cards, aren't they? All of the Tavern Brawl decks that were ever created. Your opponent's deck is made of multiple copies of a few random legendaries. So as we go through turns, I suppose we're getting little bits of information, but your deck is made up of 30 random spells that summon a minion when played. Well, let's do this. So I'm following rules that the other player is not following. This is totally unbalanced. And see, I want to play this eventually because I'll just mirror image the next thing. So do I want a 4-mana creature on my side, or deal 5 damage to the enemy hero? Let's mirror image. And then attack, attack, attack. This is certainly not the Tavern Brawls I want to spend any time on, though. So, speaking of spending time, I guess I need to kind of think about how this is gonna go. Like, I'm already taking a pretty defeated mentality here, that through the idea of, do I want to discard or do I want to duplicate?
Face the airs of magic.
For master. Let the dark in.
Like, I'm not really certain what I do want to do, actually, come to think of it. Like, I guess if nobody's going to come on, which I'm kind of assuming nobody will, we're starting late. And this is very negative. Like, somebody could hop on the chat right now and go, hey, I'm here. We could also see if anybody's online that would actually watch the stream, and no, not right now. And this is completely my fault for experimenting with YouTube's live stream system, but if you don't experiment at least once, then you're never gonna really know what the deal is. Two damage to all demons except for these. Let's see. If I do just this first, and then
Let the dark in.
do let's see, 2 damage to all non-demons. I don't want to do that. I could do this and then play this.
Justice
do
is
this.
mine.
Job's done.
Then I think I'm okay. So I guess I just want a simple 1 hour 30-minute stream.
Not all who wander are lost.
So we'll just kind of go through the news. A little bit different on the news today. There was not enough room on my whiteboard for announcements. I'm also certainly having this idea, this issue with, there's a lot of announcements I see, and I think I'm probably only, I'm particularly following Game Sutra, which is Japanese games getting announced for like PlayStation 4 and Vita in Japan. And they, in the Japanese community, seems to love to announce things a little bit more than the American video game community does.
Well played.
There's our victory. So no interest whatsoever of doing this again. I'll just take that card pack and move on. Unless I find out that it's really easy to win with Rogue doing this. So I'm seeing at the end of every 3 days a lot of games getting announced. However, in that same amount of time, I'm not really seeing any games come out. So announcements happen a lot, reviews, and just actual announcements that this game is now available for playing and it's worth playing, not so much. And it puts me in this weird position where I'm just forever teasing things that never come to fruition. Games get canceled, games get pushed back. And so I'm really, I was already iffy about doing, I guess we'll look for a Death Rattle deck. I was already iffy about spending a large amount of effort. Let's see. Do I have no death here? This is a Death Rattle attack deck. Should I play ranked? I guess we'll kind of try it. So yeah, I was already iffy on just covering announcements of games, and yeah, I was using it as place filler if nothing else happened in the news. But I'm starting to feel like it's kind of a general waste of time. I probably will still continue to do it to just intentionally waste time, but I feel like the value of it is probably pretty low. And I would like feedback on pretty much everything I say. And that would be something I would certainly like some feedback on, is if people say, no, I totally want to hear about the weird game that was announced in Japan, Tokyo Tattoo Girls, for instance, is a game that's been announced, and I find that game interesting because it implies to me that either they're making a game that's really against the social norms of Tokyo, because the only people that have tattoos in a Japanese person's mind are Yakuza, like, and there's a lot of discrimination, like the public baths and such often have signs that say you're not allowed in here at all if you have a tattoo. A lot of the public beaches and stuff don't allow people with tattoos. If you're seen with a tattoo, people probably get scared thinking you are a gangster, a mobster, or yakuza. So to have an anime game that's designed around the concept of these girls getting big, traditional yakuza full back tattoos is odd, but I think they probably are playing as if they're either magical tattoos or they are actually members of the yakuza. So they might be playing into stereotypes that are assumed in that culture, or they might be trying to play against them, and maybe there's the beginning of a shift of
Justice is
feeling there. I seriously doubt that even in one generation, though, that you'd start seeing new generations of Japanese people getting tattoos. If anything, I would argue that nobody should get a tattoo. They're too permanent. I will be a fan of tattoos once they are made of something that could be easily erased and never fades. But I've seen too many people that, like, even in their mid-30s, 40s, who got tattoos when they were 18. They're faded, they're stretched out, they look awful. And going back and getting touch-ups seems like too much of a requirement, because it doesn't happen as much as it should. That being said, if there was some kind of nanobot technology where you could get a tattoo and just like push a button and it changes and it flashed every time you had an email or something like that, I'd be all for it. As long as I knew it was safe. It's just I would want something pretty, something I could hide on certain occasions. Galaxy of the Guardians 2, that movie is out, and I think the actor wrestler Batista, he's got like full arm sleeve tattoos on, and they have to paint his entire body to cover up that and make him look like the alien. So that's probably a little bit more work than what they would have had to do if he just didn't have those. Speaking of tattoos, I've heard some speculations that The Rock, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, might be considering a presidential run in 2020. Now, I don't know what his actual politics are, so who knows where that would go. I don't know if in the end this would just be Linda McMahon, who has wanted to be in politics and I think finally through the Trump administration was given a council seat. Maybe she's trying to push / puppet master him as the McMahons did for him when he was a wrestler. That would be interesting, but honestly, also it's probably just the wrong thing. I think the last thing people are going to want in 2020 is yet another president so close to that is not a career politician and is not capable of dealing with other career politicians. Like, it would be funny, sure, if The Rock became president and he just chokeslammed all the senators and congressmen he disagreed with, but then that's just not what's going to happen. Like, it's a funny thought, but it's certainly not the truth. But I bring him up because he has tattoos on his. He has Hawaiian tattoos on his arms, I believe. But then when you think about the most famous actors in Western movies, how many of them have noticeable real tattoos? You don't see them in movies at all, and there's a reason for that. So that's a weird conversation about tattoos that we got in there. Moving on to the news, apparently, and this is being really underreported, so I've kind of got a scoop here, which is odd. That was the wrong card to play. I should have played this. But apparently, it seems I follow a lot of the developers that make Minecraft, and it seems like there's not going to be a Switch version of Minecraft, and people who had pre-ordered that are going to get the Wii U version instead. So
Your magic shall not save.
I can't realistically say that this is an indication of a failure of the Switch, although that certainly is up in the air. The Nintendo Switch may fail. So I kind of have to look at it and go, is this the death of Minecraft? And there's some arguments that can be made for that. In particular, if you look at who is his? It's like Seth Bling. Seth Bling was a very, very popular YouTube Minecrafter. He did some very high level things. He was a programmer for Microsoft before, and he kind of went to Twitch streaming and was working on speed running Super Mario World and programming a computer to speedrun Super Mario World, and then he kind of just disappeared somewhere. Like, he hasn't done anything in quite a long time. And that's, so he kind of just pod faded, just faded out. And I was like, all right, whatever. He's gonna be one of these people that when you see him do something, it'll be amazing, but he's only gonna do it once every 6 months or so. So he posted on his YouTube channel that he, with about 1 million subscribers, he's well known, is about to get to 500,000 views. So no, 500 million views, I think. 500 million views. I could get, these numbers may be a little off. But a big milestone, a huge milestone of views. Like, he should be super happy with this channel. His channel should be supporting him. I don't know if he's posting enough that it really would, but whatever. He'd have to say that, not me. Ideally, I'd like to hear that people who are really successful on YouTube can make money. That's certainly something that continuously concerns me, is that I desperately need this YouTube channel to succeed and make money for me to be able to do it forever, or for a long period of time. And that's true for any any YouTuber at all, video game or not. But instead of being really happy about it and like doing something amazing with it, he's instead streaming on Twitch the entirety of all of his videos. So it's like a week just in a row, just back to back, of him streaming his old videos with no commentary. He's gonna pop in every now and then and maybe respond to the chat, but he's not gonna be there most of the time. It's just hey, I got 500 million views. How about you give me some more views on Twitch? How about you watch my stream? And almost certainly it's going to be monetized. So how about you give him some money is the real thing. No new content at all. Wow. It's kind of jaw-dropping. It just shows that he's not interested in doing the thing he's successful for. And you know what? I can understand that. Like, a lot of people, their biggest successes in lives have been as a grocery bagger, as a burger flipper. That's the thing that they've gotten paid to do. The most of financial success. Speaking only financial success, and that's certainly not fulfilling emotionally. But he's doing something pretty cool, and I'm a little surprised that he would just fall out of it like that. But whatever, and that's more of the idea that maybe Minecraft is dying. I know there's Mumbo Jumbo that I watch, and he's always flaunting his success and trying to go into making his second channel, his photography channel, a little bit more of a focus. Captain Sparkles is pushing his music channel. So there's a lot of non-Minecraft things that the Minecraft people are trying to do right now. But I don't feel like Minecraft is totally dead. I feel like the newest updates are adding something. Nothing that's significantly made me want to jump back into it. I haven't seen any new mods or things. Like Sky Factory 3 is very interesting, and I'm watching other people play that, but I don't think I'd particularly want to jump in it quite yet. But maybe 4 if I had the time. There aren't really that many other maps. There's a lot of dropper maps, but I particularly would want to do puzzle maps. There's a lot of parkour maps, but not as many as there used to be as far as I can see. So there is an argument that Minecraft is slightly losing the appeal. Perhaps better yet, it might be losing the appeal of the child audience that it's for. Maybe kids have moved off of Minecraft. If they have, I don't know what they've really gone to, because it seems like Yokai Watch has come and gone. It might be that children in particular are moving on to, well, if you look at Nintendo, maybe the Mario Kart 8 will be popular for a few months, but I don't think it will last a significant amount of time. So, like, I don't think it'd be Minecraft 8. Maybe Zelda Breath of the Wild has got a lot of kids' attention right now. I assume that they would be allowed to play those games. But other Switch games, I don't really know. I don't know what's really business. Ironically, I recently looked up to see if Transformers were a big deal these days, and they actually aren't, as far as I can tell. So if you're trying to find Transformer toys for your kids, or allow them to see the Transformer cartoon, whichever one of those you would actually want them to see, you're not likely to succeed there. This guy's trying to make me run out of cards. But I think he's gonna lose here in a second if I can do this right. I do this, this, and then end the turn. If I can play this and this, when this one dies, or this one dies, I'll get a I'll get a Thaddeus. So there's 2 Thaddeus's right on top of each other. He's killing my characters like crazy. See, if he continues down this route, though, I'm gonna run out of cards.
My hand is full.
Kind of wish. Now, let's see. This one, choose a friendly minion, gain his death rattle, kill this.
Justice is
Attack.
mine.
In return, I have 11 cards to go. I can play another one of these. But they can play Vanish.
Who knows what secrets will uncover?
Battle cries trigger twice. This one. And this one. And this one.
Justice is mine.
So I've got, if he can do this 5 more times, he can really beat me. So I'm still not really sure. Yeah, I got quiet there for a second. I'm still not really sure about Minecraft or what it would be replaced. Here we got Jack. Hey, I'm back again. Hey Jack, I saw you tried to comment to me because you friended me on Steam in the chat. That's the Steam chat. I don't look at that at all. If I'm playing a game, I pay no attention to that. So I saw that you tried to comment. I didn't particularly, I skimmed what you said, but I try to keep all comments. This is the same thing I've had to tell Loki's. Just keep them in the video game and the live streams, because that's really where I need comments to happen too. So I know it's potentially rude and pretentious to say this, but I'd say just write it down and save it for the next live stream that you're on, and more people will hear and see your comments there anyways, versus you chatting to me directly. But yeah, I did see your messages. I didn't respond to them, and I'm sorry about that. This will be our last game for this recording, but the live stream will go on. The next thing I have as far as news is PlayStation has picked up the former Lionshead studio director for Stuart White, and he's going to be working on VR product development. So Lionshead was the oh man, I still lost there. Lionshead was the creators of Fable, but the main person in charge of Fable, who was kind of notorious, has long since left Lionshead. So Lionshead didn't really have anything to do, and I think got shut down. So now he's going to be working on VR product development for PlayStation, which is not which is a job, but I mean, I'm not sure it's the greatest job ever, because I don't feel like VR is going to succeed even in the most likely to succeed spot of PlayStation VR. But one person more, one known name is there, which will be a sharp contrast to a story we talk about in the next recording. We made decent progress here. If you're watching live, stay tuned. Everybody else who's watching this recorded, as always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.